ethnicity, amongst other items. It must also include living and working with a diversity of people. And importantly, that diversity must include exposure to a wide range of political and social experiences. And thus our third obligation in educating citizens is to provide students with a chance to engage in a broader community in their learning. That engagement helps to foster a desire to contribute to a broader community in ways that are available to our students. Some of that will be limited by obligations our students have to work and to care for dependents at home. Nonetheless, our task is to help sow the seeds for future leadership and to cultivate desires in some of our students to grow into such leaders. We must explore immediately to have us included in the Carnegie Foundation classification of engaged campus, and in that end, we are in the business of educating citizens. I move now to a second general premise to guide us. Clayton State University must be in the business of developing and nurturing partnerships. We at Clayton State University are seeking partners in 21st century learning. What we wish to accomplish here, I hope, will be considered epic, defined as surpassing the usual or ordinary, particularly in scope or size. In looking for sources in the running world, I found the following quotation from a runner who had participated in the Hood to Coast road race, which is in excess of 190 miles. And that person said, "You can't do epic by yourself." For partnerships to be successful, there must be true partnerships, which was defined recently in a Microsoft white paper as collaborative, mutually beneficial ventures between two or more partners in pursuit of jointly agreed upon goals, with a division of labor based upon the contributions and expertise of each partner. If you get something from partnerships, partnerships are sustainable. Here we share but a few examples of those partnerships, although we will always be seeking help to bring us together with new partners. We want our partners to be partners with our students. We want our students to be partners in their learning. We have an obligation to help support our students, and the current evidence suggests that our students think we're doing that. But we also believe that they must be part of this commitment to success, that students will seek help, that students will take advantage of the opportunities, prepare for learning, or at least readily acknowledge those occasions in which they're not prepared, and we can help them. We want to establish partnerships across campus, across departments, and across divisions. We want to bring together all who share in the commitment to continuous learning. I underline that, continuous learning, because there is something new for all of us to learn each and every day. We want to create space for these partnerships, and we want to bring the diverse perspectives that students, faculty, staff, administration, and community can take from that commitment to learning. Truly shared governance with shared acceptance of responsibilities. We want to partner with K-12 schools in our region, schools especially in our main service areas of Clinton and Henry and Fayette County, but certainly others who will seek us out as potential partners. Consistent with the advice of Edward Deming, we want to work with those who will soon be sharing their students with us and determine if there are ways in which we can support them in their efforts to create student success. We wish to partner with business and civic leaders in our community. We need to listen to their needs and determine what role, if any, we might have in meeting those needs. Whether it is accountants, or nurses, or supply chain professionals, or law enforcement professionals, or psychologists, or teachers, or educated citizens capable of continuous learning in a technological age. We need partners who will continue to help us frame our degree and continuing education programs. From time to time, we will seek out funding partners in both public and private sector who will help us provide facilities and other capital resources and financial resources to help foster learning in our region. We believe that higher education is an investment, and our obligation to our partners will be to provide them as strong a return on those investments as possible. But we will need to seek support for those partners to help us make those initial investments. I say here publicly that the Board of Regents and their staff have long served as partners in helping us foster conditions for success, and helping us find ways to share knowledge and expertise available across 35 institutions. at the same time helping to maintain the unique contributions individual institutions can make based upon their location, their resources, and their missions. And we promise to seek and nurture partners for 21st century learning. The third and final premise for Clayton State concerns adaptation to change and the framing of choices. Change is inevitable. This institution has changed in profound ways, many times in even our brief history. Ours is an institution that has adapted to change and has shown it can make choices about our future strategically. All organizations have long faced Kenneth Burke's choices of permanence and change, trying best not to confuse activities with transcendent values with those activities we just don't feel like changing, and learning the challenges of those choices. And yet, the times find the importance of those choices greater than ever before. We're under an increased obligation to give an accounting of our activities, whether that is of graduation rates for students we accept, learning success for those who continue and graduate, or some other standard by which others judge the academy. And quite frankly, we are prepared to meet those obligations. We live in an age in which activities of an organization are supported, not because that organization is needy, but because that organization has demonstrated that it is worthy of support, and this institution has and will continue to do so. This institution goes back to support from the citizens of this county 40 years ago, and over periods of time, citizens of Henry and Fayette County, who have provided investments in the faith of our ability to change and adapt to these changing environments. And so to them, I will simply say that change may include taking activities we've already begun, but sometime to work savagely to implement and vigorously assess the activities to which we've already started. Change we must do, but change we can do. Changing conditions will also require that we reflect as an institution on how we can best address those demands. How can we make learning central and yet explore new means for delivering educational services? How can we carefully assess the learning of our students and adroitly act on those assessments of how we can support our students? How do we refocus our research energies to better understand how we can improve learning? How do we attract greater resources to help us serve those same learning needs? How do we find ways to support financially our faculty and staff whose skills and knowledge will be in demand as economic recovery finally comes to our way? And how do we make choices amongst those needs in the event that resources are not sufficient to provide all that we might wish to provide? How do we create a scorecard to help tell us about ourselves and for others, how we're doing, where we need to continue to do what we're doing, and where we need to find ways amongst ourselves to do things a little differently. And we'll do that all in the context of a commitment to learning, guided by the conditions of transparency, of evidence-based decisions, and presumptions of collaboration among partners. I have been blessed with a love of learning. So, it's pretty cool. It's clear to me, I've come to this discovery, so I'm going to do a little sharing here, that I will never be able to play second base for the Boston Red Sox. Nike will never pay me to run. And that being the case, it's clear that I found myself at the best job I can imagine. Well, I can imagine a bigger budget, but we'll bracket that for a little later. For now, let me say that Clayton State University is an extraordinary place because it's positioned to be a difference maker to students, to the community, to the state. We are stewards of place, to cite an essay from the American Association of State Colleges and Universities. We both create and navigate paths that should bring people to new futures. And students here, and this is so cool, students here believe that their work makes a difference for them. And faculty and staff and administration believe that they can help create the conditions under which those lives can be different. And that shared belief in the making of differences is exactly what makes Clayton State to be such a great place to be. And so I want to thank each and every one of you and more for giving me this opportunity to be with you. Thank you.